Hey, farming friends, it's me, your old buddy Mr. Moose, back with another edition of Farming Simulator 2017. And today it's time for a mod showcase. We're going to be looking at some John Deere tractors today from MB3D Modeling. Now, these guys, they know how to knock the ball out of the park, if you know what I mean. They are the guys that made the 6810 back in Farm Sim 15. It was like a workhorse for your small duty tractors. And today they've stepped it up with the 7430 and the 7530 Premium John Deere tractor, and that's what we're going to look at today. And I gotta tell you right off the bat, these are pretty awesome. They got a few little details that are but for the most part, if you bleed green, these are the tractors that you're going to want to throw into your game. First and foremost, because they're built from the ground up for 17. These are not port overs from 15. These are new mods. There are no errors in them, and so you're not going to have the issues. They're not going to be jerked down off of any sites. They're going to be there, and they're just going to grow and get better and better as they make refinements to them. Now, this is version 1. It comes with 3 variations that you can get, maybe 4 if you include the front loader attachment, but basically you're going to be looking at a version with standard tires on it, a version with care tires on it like it is over here, and then you have a version with the duals on the rear end. There is no all-round duals on a tractor, which is sort of a letdown, but that's okay. You know, a lot of times you'll see a lot of farmers don't put the duals on the front. Most of them will just put them on the back. It saves on cost and wear on the vehicle, and you know, it's not really the rear's where you need the power and the weight distribution at is in the rear. So dual rear wheels is pretty good as well. So, but I had this one out plowing with a little bit. This is the 7530. You can see how she looks dirtied up. I put the dirt generation on fast and took it out in the field, plowed a little bit of a field. It took about 30 minutes to get this much dirt up on it, but it looks really good. There is a funny little thing that you're going to notice if you're watching it when it gets dirty. There's a little happy face on the front of it in the beginning, because you get a little bit of dirt here and a little bit of dirt here and a little bit of dirt here. So you got eyes and a nose and a little grin that comes right across here when you very first get it dirty. And I thought that was kind of humorous. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it did look kind of funny. But anyways, over here we've got the front end loader attachment on this version of the 7530 with the standard arms. And then over here, this is just a 7430 set up with the care tires on it, because I don't really think you need that much horsepower when you're using a tractor to go out in the field and just spray. So that's what I set that one up for. Let's take a look at it in the shop and see what you're getting into if you decide to use this on your farm. You go into tractors. It's a single file that you'll download from the sites. I will provide a link for you in the show notes as well as on my mod spreadsheet. But you're going to look for the John Deere 7030 Premium. Base price $120,000. As we click on into it for the customizations, we will see that you're looking at $150 a day in maintenance, 385 liters of gasoline in it, or diesel. That you're going to look at on your base model 7430, 190 horsepower, 140 kilowatts of power, max speed 31 miles per hour on the road. That you're going to be looking at a rental of $13,200, or a purchase price of $120,000. Now, it's base. If you add the front end loader, kick on another $800, and if you add twin rear wheels, add another $1,000 onto that. So that is for the base model of it. If we want to step it up to the 7530, you're going to be looking at adding another $8,000 onto it. For the front loader, again, another $800, and for the twin wheels, you'll be looking at another $1,000. If you chose to put the narrow wheels on it, that's going to be looking at $200 less. So there are your prices for it. If you go up to the 7530, you're looking at the same daily maintenance on it. Only thing changes is the horsepower of the engine, which is 209 horsepower, 154 kilowatts of power on there. So that's what you're looking at in the shop. Rental price on that, $14,278. So, all right. That'll give you the base. Now, if you want to put the front loader on it, I recommend that you go into here and you get the tall version, the FZ70, to get that. And as far as the color scheme for it, the best one that I found is this green right here. That seems to match up the body style the most. It's a little lighter than the actual body of the MB3D version. As you can see, if we come over here, there's just a little, it's a little touch lighter than what they've got the body panels at, but it still looks pretty good with it. All right, so let's just walk around, give it a look one time over. The detail on this, spot on. They do a good job with it. I've come to expect nothing less from these guys. They really do a great job in their modeling. And you know, you come back here, you've got all your down linkage, you got your SCVs, your upper control arm, everything is here, or upper linkage. Nice. Rear lights. The one nice thing I noticed about this, there's no European license plate on this, which I absolutely love. I always hated getting tractors in FS15 and they all had European license plates on it. And me being from the US, I didn't want European stuff all over my tractors. I like the fact that they didn't do that on this different version. There is no IC on this. Maybe there'll be some IC down the road. And maybe when they do that, maybe they could put in the ability to either put a European plate on it or put a American placard on here. Because in the US, we don't put license plates on our tractors. We just have the slow moving placards on them. We don't have license plates on them either. So it would be kind of cool if they would go ahead and maybe that's what you do. You toggle it and there's a toggle and it's either a European plate or a slow moving placard. That would be awesome if somebody would think through and do that. So here's the dual setup here for you. And you see the nice deep wheels here, wheel wells. And the wheels with a little bit of dirt on it. Now I took this out and I ran for quite a while and got it really good and dirty. And the interior of these looked pretty dirty, but I am running the four-wheel tire dirt. And after I came out of the field, it seemed like a lot of the dirt that was in the wheel wells went away because these got really dirty. So we will take it back over to the field and run it just a little bit and see if we can put some more dirt back in those tires, but or in the wheel wells. But yeah, it looks really good. And then you've got your care tires over here on this version of it. Nice little thin care tires. There's nothing different between the 40-30. Or the 7430 and the 7530 body wise. It really is just the engine. So let's jump up over into this one since it is dirty, and we'll go ahead and take a look at it on the interior, and you'll see that you've got pretty good modeling in this. You got your sunroof and it's open right now. I would gander that if they do like a version 2 and they slap some IC into this thing, I wouldn't be surprised if you can close that in the future. But you got your AC controls there, radio up there. You got your center console here with all your different controls. Doors, your buddy seat. Back window. There's your seat modeling in the, it's sort of like almost looks like a velour or a corduroy the way they did it. But it does have that green and brown. And then your controls over here on this side. It does seem to be missing a few switches in the controls, but it's not terribly modeled. And then you've got your computer there, and computer head does actually work. When you're actually driving around, you'll see the speedo kick up on it, which is kind of nice. From the outside, we'll take a look at it. From the overhead, turn our lights on, so we'll start looking at it. Oh, we ended up in this version. That's the reason why I was wondering what happened to the dirt. Let's go over here and step up to the front of this one and get in, because then you get to see the floor pan. They've modeled dirt getting into the floor pan, so you see your bootstraps there, or your footprints. There we go. All right, so let's look on the outside of it now. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the lights on the rear. You got your tail lights there. Headlights here. Front work lights all lit up. It looks good. Rear lights look good. It does seem a little, the bloom on the tail lights does seem a little bit overdone, or maybe like they got it a little bit too far from the light. You see what I mean? The diffusion on it there just looks a little bit awkward. Maybe that needs to be tightened up a little bit. For the most part though, everything looks really good. We'll go ahead and turn our beacon on. It does have the beacon modeled. There you go. Not a bad looking tractor. Let's go ahead and start her up. Sounds like they've got stock in-game sounds on it. I haven't put my finger on what tractor it is, because I haven't really taken the time to go through all the tractors and really isolate it, but it sounds stock. Turn it on, go back on the inside, start her up. Much quieter on the inside. Alright, let's take her out for a run. And we'll take it over here. And we'll do a little plowing with it. If I was modding up the game right now, this would probably be one of the first tractors I would throw in. Just because it is a quality mod. It's not something, like I said, it's not something that's ported over. It's not something that just was thrown together to get in. These guys do really good work. And you'll enjoy this tractor. If you're a John Deere fan, you're going to enjoy it. Alright, come on back up here. Let's back up to the Limken plow here. And we'll connect it up. And the one thing I did notice, and I noticed some other people saw this as well, look how much squat this has in the back. It almost, and this thing's not nearly as heavy as some of the other implements. If I threw probably one of the big cultivators on it, it would squat even heavier. Almost to the point where it would squat into the wheel well. So it does have quite a light suspension on it. They probably need to stiffen that up a little bit. But if you get it and you put some weight on the back of it, it will squat quite down quite a bit. I got a front weight here to level her all out. And we'll take her in the field and see if we can't get a little bit more dirt in the tires on this. Let's go ahead and get our plow selected, unfold it. And we'll give it a go. And like I said, I've always liked the guys at MB3D Modeling. They did some great work for 15. Their wheel weights, not the wheel weights, but the front end weights that they did for the 6810. The 6810, just absolutely wonderful. So good work, error-free. That's always important. And as far as the work, this thing will pull just about anything in your mid-size range. So as you can see, we've got the big Limken. It's second largest plow in the game, and it pulls it without a problem. 8 miles an hour going through here. Now I am on flat turf, but or on flat ground, but it still does a great job. Yeah, see how the dirt's starting to build up now inside the tires? Go ahead and stop and jump out so you guys can see that now. There's the dirt inside the tires. With that 4-reel dirt and tire, once you get out of the field and you go into like grass, it's going to get rid of a lot of that. So, but that's how it looks out in the field when you're actually plowing with it. That's a great mod. They've done a great job. And like I said, if you bleed green and you're looking for a John Deere that you can put in the game to get you started, this is going to be the tractor that you want to grab. You're not going to have any problems with it, and so I highly recommend it. So check her out and get yourself one. Now, what I did with the download link, you guys know I tend to get everything from Mod Hosters. I really like that site, but more and more the modelers on Mod Hoster are starting to use uploaded.net, and I absolutely refuse to support that site. It's getting more and more invasive. The other day I got on there and got 3 redirects when I got on it, and I know people who've gotten viruses off of there, so I absolutely refuse to use anything that goes on uploaded.net. So I have found a website that has a direct link to, or a download link to, another site that you can trust, and I've put that in the show notes for you so you can get it without having to go to uploaded, because like I said, I will never download another mod off of that site. I'll deal without the mod if I've got if there's a choice between getting it there or not having it in my game. I'll choose to not have it in my game, and so I'll give you guys a link where you can download it, not have to worry about doing uploaded.net. And when Mod Hoster stops using that, I'll go back to using the links that they give. But anyways, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the look at the 7430, 7530 from MB3D Modeling. There's not really a whole lot I can go over on this tractor other than to tell you it's a good quality mod that's not going to break your computer, and it's going to give you that John Deere tractor that you're looking for in the game, because there's really no IC to go through at this point. Again, it is version 1. Maybe when version 2 comes out, you might get a front set of duals. Maybe you'll get some IC at that point. But without a doubt, this is a great little tractor. And hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day. I'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.